Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Captain Chad Gabbs. I'm at your service. I appreciate your attention. Thank you for being here. Today we are going to talk about the clicker. So don't touch that dial. If you've never learned about what a clicker is, this is the video you're going to learn. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and of course, ring that little bell. Click that little bell. That's the ticket right there, so you don't miss any videos in the future learning great stuff on how to teach your dog. All right, so without further ado, let me take a little sip of my coffee that I have every morning. I need to cut back on coffee. I've been drinking a little bit too much of it, to be fair. The goal is to sort out how to communicate most diligently to the dogs, right? We want to figure out how to most effectively communicate to them so that life is a little more peaceful together and I don't have to sit here and stress out and repeat myself a million times, and it just becomes a difficult, embarrassing problem when you have an untrained dog. That's why we recommend dog training. Not only is it more sufficient for your dog's mind and ability to understand and navigate the world around them every day, but it's going to be beneficial for you as well because life is going to be a little more peaceful. So that's why we're here talking about stuff that's going to help you train your dog. I'm giving it all away, like literally everything I'm talking about in these videos. I teach my clients. I just decided I wanted to start documenting it and doing it like this now. I have a pretty secure, established business. I don't really feel like a lot of dog trainers feel now. It's a very interesting vibe when you first get into dog training because it very much so does seem like everybody's competing with each other, and it does seem like that now. I just don't pay much attention to it these days. But in any case, we're giving it all away here. This is TFE TV. Subscribe to the channel. I promise you, there's no secrets. And I do my best to keep it as simple and straightforward as possible for the viewer. I could make it sound fancy. I could use big words, and I could probably try to impress you with fancy, strung words together, fancy sentences. But I want you to understand, and I want you to know how to do it, and I want you to get the results. And I think most importantly, I want you to know why we're doing it. I'm gonna have a reason for every single thing that I do. Why? I'm gonna have a reason why I do what I do. There's a lot of imitators out there. There's a lot of people regurgitating, and you gotta know why you're doing it, man. So if you see somebody doing something online, before you go mimic it, try to get the explanation as to why you would use something like a clicker. We're going to use something like a clicker because it's considered a marker. A marker is a sound or a word indicating that the dog has done something that you approve of, right? Now, the difference between using your mouth and the clicker is the consistency of the sound, right? So you may get excited your dog does something dope and you're like, good! Like you want to remain monotone, right? So if you just... And Rosie looks up at me because she knows what this sound means. And we're going to talk about why she knows what this sound means. How in the world would I teach her what this sound means? Well, pretty easily. We call it loading the marker. So we load the marker by essentially free shaping eye contact. We wait for some eye contact, we click it, and then we pay with food pretty much simultaneously after the click. Right after the click, right? That's called classical conditioning. That's like the most basic form of how to the beginning process of teaching a dog something with classical conditioning. Marker, pay. Engage, mark, pay. Engage, so engage meaning go grab your dog's attention with some food, wave it in front of the nose, get your dog's attention. Once you get the attention, it's a click and a pay. You don't have to say nothing. You're loading the marker, the consistent sound that your dog somewhere down the line is going to automatically identify with as something very positive is coming after the sound. So it's likely you could use this as an interrupter. You can use this as just the marker, the flawless marker that it is. But I love the clicker. If you're asking me, I use the clicker all the time, and I typically will use it with puppies, but more and more I find myself using it with adult cases as well. Totally recommend. I will link in the description where you can get a clicker. They're about $3. And this is only a tool for somebody that's really getting into it, right? Like you get a clicker and you start working your dog with some clicker training. Now we know like you actually kind of maybe mean some business with trying to like help your dog get somewhere, because it's just it's the foundation for communication, right? So if you're struggling with your dog going places and that, get into a low, you know, like a low level, like a small, like not very many distractions. Go to and start there, and then you just graduate your way out there. But the base of communication, the understanding of who's handling who and when it's time to do what, that's the key. That is literally the key, because a dog is going to do dog things. There is nothing we can do about that. Dogs are going to be tempted and this and that and the other. It's just a matter of how good is your communication to where you could be like, hey, mama, I know that's difficult for you, but right now it's just a heel, and that's all we're doing. That's it. That's it. We keep it simple. This is TFE TV. I appreciate you tuning in. If you have any additional questions about the clicker, or if you have anything to add, drop them down below in the comment section. I appreciate your attention. Please subscribe to the channel if you appreciate the content. Like and ring the bell. I'll see you guys next time. Captain.